Hey guys, it's Chip with you here from the Expanded Pan Trapline again. Out here today, you usually see me doing coyote work, but I came across a little location right here. It's my house over there. It's the lake we live on. Big old lake. You notice that's a spillway, so there's a pipe that comes down through the levee right here. You can see the levee, I guess, going all the way down there. And if you notice over here on the other side, that's the creek. That's the outlet channel that drains the lake. It's lake spring fed, and you know, it fluctuates some with rain, but at any rate, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Well, when we were out here, I think this last weekend, warmed up, we fished some and different things. I know this wind's going to be horrendous, so I'll try to stay close to the mic. We came across this little crossover here, guys, and I want to show you a couple things. Even though most of my work is coyotes, I found this really interesting. If you can notice, there's fish scales on the ground right here. All right, that's typical. They usually have a kind of a bluish tint to me. They'll shine a lot if it's sunshiny out. You know, if you got a lot of sun. There's a lot better example right over here in this grass clump. You can see a lot of them right there. Those are what happens is an otter will get out here and they're eating my fish in the lake. They're munching down on all my fish, and when they come back, they cannot digest the scales of the fish. So what they do is they regurgitate it and they leave it in a pile right here. Well, I want you to look at this trail here. Let me see if I can get this in focus. This trail is an absolute super highway going down here. I'm gonna walk on down here because I've already got this set up, and I'll show you what I did. This trail is just absolutely amazing. You know, they're not veering left or right at all. You see, I got a 330 with the expander pan on it sitting right there. I like to set those where the trail gets tight. Can you notice that there's grass on both sides that was natural? From that point, I walk on down here. From that point, the trail kind of turns. I also just kind of feel like when you put these in like a little turns, or I think sometimes it hides them a little bit better. The otter are not particularly scared. You can get those things shy. If here again, I'm in Mississippi, we can set 330s on dry land, so this is perfectly legal where I am. I understand there's a lot of places you can't. If all you had those 330s, you may want to get in the water. That's where the trail goes into the water right there. That may make you legal in some states. You could also do this with 220s or you know, 280s or whatever you want to do. I don't know if you can see this, guys. This trail is just beat down here. Okay, all this is a crossover. I'm sure beaver are using some too. Back to my otter vomit right there. They're coming straight across here. The trail is equally. What they're doing is going to that water hole over there. That's a long creek system that eventually runs in the Mississippi River a long ways from here. But this is just the system that goes. So it's an absolute travel way for otter. Come right back down here. I got another 330. Again, notice where I chose to put it, where this other vegetation was naturally there. I want to show you what the otter should see. If I can do this without being too shaky, this is a bird's eye view. When he approaches this, there is no wire whiskers in his way. It's just a wide open view. That's from the otter level view. That's what otter's looking at. He's already knows he's going to be going down this trail right here. So that's why we really think these pans make a lot of difference. There's nothing hanging in his way whatsoever. Well, I only had two 330s with me today. What I did have is my buddy Carl from ACB Wildlife in Memphis makes some of the finest snares I've ever seen. So right here where this trail turns, let me make sure we got this in focus here. Where this trail turns, he built some otter snares for me last year. I had a couple left over. They were still in the truck. I hung an otter snare right there. That snare, I don't know, it's probably between 6 and 8 inches, probably more like 7 or so. The loop in diameter, I guess you can see the loop. It's right here. That's just about perfect for otter. I like that thing about 2.5 to 3 inches off the ground, and that loop is filling up this trail. This trail is beat down. The otter are absolutely wearing it out. That snare covers a whole entire trail with the center of the loop and the center of the trail. I should have an otter right there. Well, I actually was looking around. I had one more snare in there. So I'm actually off this trail just a little bit. I'm gonna get back on it here. Now I gotta be careful because I don't remember where I set this last one. I don't think, if this is showing up like I can see it, there shouldn't be any issue whatsoever seeing this. All right, I do see the other snare right there now. It is tight. It's kind of that green grass right there. You can see if I can zoom in on it. And there it is right there. All right, so here again, the snare is basically covering the whole entire hole. I've got that one just a tad higher. That's probably 3 inches off the ground, but I got a sharp incline that the otter's coming uphill right here. So we got 4 sets here. Remember this, when you find these smoking hot places like this, guys, these otter many times will travel in family groups. I know I've got 4 sets, but I should probably have more like 6 or better. I want to take that whole entire family group out when they come in. Like I said, they're causing some pretty severe economic damage from the fisheries on the lake, and we got some stuff set. I fully expect to have multiple catch on otter just as soon as they travel here. Remember this, a lot of times the otter are not using the same exact trails and same exact location every single night. Sometimes he may come through here last night. It may be 3 or 4 days, a week, 2 weeks before he comes back, but because they roam pretty wide areas. All right, I'm out of breath, so I'm going to stop the video right here, guys. I hope you found this helpful, and remember, until the next time, the smart trapper is always learning.